「 All right, everybody, welcome back to Blue Otter Gold Season 12. My name is Fury, coming back at you after a very long hiatus. Tonight, I'm joined alongside Storm, going to be on color. Tonight, our play-by-play, actually, I'm on color tonight. What am I thinking? Tonight, we've got Sun SBC versus Conduit Monarch going at it in game number 1. Storm, what do you got for us? What are you thinking?
I'm interested to see how well this is going to play out. Sun SBC were ranked as the #1 team according to some unofficial content that was thrown out. I'm curious to see how they're going to do.
Yeah, which I'm kind of surprised by. Conduit Monarch have beat them in the past already, so kind of looking to maybe see something happen again like that, unless SBC has just come out with some new strategy to maybe take them down, because loss was pretty much in Conduit Monarch's favor. But right off the bat, we've got some bans coming out here. Surprised we're not seeing a brand ban. He's been #1 ban for the past like 3 months.
Yeah, and we see a first pick Volibear for the side of Spelling Bee champs, going for more of a top jungle flex, I imagine, and Conduit answers with Jinx and Sejuani.
I like the Sejuani pick. I like Jinx. The only problem is they need to make sure they have enough peel for her to not allow Volibear to just ult right into the backline. So I'd like to see some kind of enchanter for Monarch here to just keep him at bay, get some CC down on him, get some good peel, and then they're going to need some kind of additional damage. Now, Sejuani just be a massive tank. Kai'Sa looking to burn right through that.
Yeah, it looks like we have like quite the heavy dive comp coming in. Kai'Sa Volibear, just one more piece of dive, and Jinx should be rather vulnerable to it without any escapes. But as you said, Sejuani is great for peeling as well as engage.
Now, the Volibear, are you thinking that's just flex between jungle and top? Do you think they have a main role for it? Like they'd rather take it jungle right now, or you think it just can go 50-50?
I imagine that it has to be a flex if it's the first pick that you're taking, but I don't see a lot of it in either player's match history, so I'm unsure where it's going, to be honest with you.
All right, that's going to be a little bit of a maybe wrench thrown in there. I know Volibear is not the most hard champ to play in the game.
Yeah.
I feel like you see it a lot in gold, especially. You see these people pick a champ that is not in their wheelhouse typically, and not really in their match history, and then everybody starts going crazy when they pop off 20-0 and think they're some kind of smurf. But really, it's just some champions are easier to play than others, and I think Volibear could really just be that. Just push R, run at someone's face, you're good.
Yeah. And
same with Yone.
Yeah, we see the first round end out that Yone and Sejuani got some of that melee synergy going to proc Permafrost, which is always great to see. And Aurora, which is a champion, the newest champ, which I almost never see. Understand that they're very mobile and have a lot of team fight prowess, so be interested to see how well they do.
If you ask me anything about her kit, I couldn't tell you anything in the slightest. This is probably the first game I've seen her in, period. The one thing I have an issue with on Conduit side, a lot of AD damage right now and very, very short range. Not a whole lot of poke at all. And SBC, I feel like could really take advantage of that the next couple of bans here. Just pick a little bit more poke, and then just make sure Conduit Monarch can't go anywhere. They want to be grouped up. Make sure you're not grouped up for the Sejuani ult, and you can have a really easy time this game.
Yeah. And we see bans come through. See some top lane bans for the side of SON, trying to target Leper Koopa. And Lulu was the lock for Conduit, trying to keep that Jinx safe and giving them some more peel options. Wonder
I'm
what
glad
they
they grabbed the Lulu too. When I was talking about enchanters earlier, that's kind of what I was looking for. Just the point and click, just turn him into a muffin, because that's
Yeah.
really right now the only engage they have is a Volibear. Now they have the Nautilus. That is going to be a little bit of a issue for them on who to choose to go after for that CC. But I guess you could just kind of Sejuani ult first, maybe if Volibear and Nautilus go in, and then followed up with Poly on Lulu. But the Garen, that's going to be a
Okay.
fun lane for whoever ends up going top there, because I can only imagine this Volibear is going jungle now.
Yeah, it would appear that way. I haven't seen Garen jungle in a hot minute, so
Neither have I. I would like to see it again, though. Like, I don't
yeah.
think I've ever seen it do bad. I just haven't seen it in a long time. Final pick for Conduit Monarch. Got to be top lane. Who do they want against the Garen? No Renekton. Okay, there you go
Gwen.
for the Gwen. I like the Gwen pickup. Stops Garen from being able to get his Q when you go untargetable. I would have liked Renekton a little bit more, I think, because at least he can shred through the shield. Gwen is just another very close quarters champion. Sun did kind of lean into close quarters themselves with the Volibear Naught and Garen pick. Kaisa has a little bit of poke, and then Aurora, like I said, I really don't know what she's going to be doing. But it's going to be very in-your-face fighting this game, and I think it's going to be really fun to watch. Just, I feel like we're going to be seeing first blood at like 2.5 minutes, maybe if they go that aggressive, but someone's invading this game.
Yeah, lots of early skirmishing power on both sides for this game. Conduit is a great mix of AP and AD, taking that Gwen for their last pick. I really don't like that lane into Garen. I'm pretty sure Garen is a hard counter to her, but who knows? We'll see how it works out for them.
So who do you have if you had to pick a team to come out on top for this? Who do you got?
I really think that SON really has an easier comp to play because they just press their R buttons onto Jinx and just try and burst her down and then deal with the rest of the meatballs as they're going on. I think Conduit has the issue of they have to land things together. Yonel has to combo into Gwen Qs, and Lulu knockups have to save somebody in polymorphs and stuff. I think the onus is on Conduit to try and make sure that the game doesn't get out of hand early.
Yeah, it is one of those very synergetic team comps that you have going on here. But the problem is you never really see these perfect wombo combos come to fruition. As much as you're like, oh, we're gonna chain this, and this, you never really see it happen. So Conduit Monarch needs to make sure that they are on top of each other, on top of their comms, making sure they know when they want to go in. We don't want to see Yon ult too early and then Sedge follow up too late, and they just end up blowing ult. So that's gonna be the one thing Conduit has going for him. He said Sun is just a little bit more straightforward, kind of run at you, do damage, and that's it. That's how you win a fight. You got anything else for us before we kick it into the break?
No, I think that should be all. See you guys in game.
All right, see you guys in a few. Don't go anywhere.
and sweet 何をしてても daydreaming yeah 君のことば繰り返し寝ても覚めてもやまないそっけない君の笑顔が恋しくて星に願うのまた会えるよね
right, everybody, welcome back. We are finally on the Rift for game number 1 of Sun Spelling Bee Champions versus Conduit Monarch. My name is Fury. I'm joined alongside Storm. Storm looks like we have just normal 5-point setup here. Nothing special going on to start.
Yeah, both teams is trying to make sure they know where the enemy jungle is starting. No one's really going aggressive. Both junglers probably dancing off in mid lane, just having a good time.
Yeah, opposite of what I thought was going to happen. A little dance party happening in the middle lane. I thought there was going to be some kind of fight that starts off. We'll see if anybody gets a little bit cheesy for some damage here. You see a little BM early, nothing out of the ordinary so far. But let's look into the comps here. So Conduit Monarch, right off the bat, you're going to have Sejuani really needing to get around the map early. I'm imagining we're going to be seeing her go top because, like you said, Garen's going to be a little bit of an issue for Gwen. Do you think that's going to be an issue for Yone and the bot lane of Jinx and Lulu if Sejuani kind of divulges her time up there?
Yeah, well, it's great to see that we're getting some actual early vision down, but I think both junglers are going the correct place. Volibear really needs to try and get this Kai'Sa Nautilus ahead. The CC of the Jinx is the key damage for them, so I'm glad to see that he's going bot lane. Sejuani can play for mid lane. They have, again, the permafrost on whoever mid or top lane. But yeah, Garen should be able to push Gwen out early and get some damage on her, and she's really vulnerable through 6. So I also think that's correct as well.
And so far, as we're looking at the health difference up top, though, right now, Leper getting a little bit bullied by Klug.
Yeah, it looks like he took some really bad trades early. That Garen's level 1 is still pretty bad, as it always has been. And Gwen's fairly strong at level 1, but it's just kind of once Garen starts being able to do those short trades and avoid Gwen's kind of burst damage with his W's, the matchup starts turning in his favor. And generally you take Ignite in this matchup that I guess Leper decided he needed teleport to match side lane prowess this game.
He needs to make sure you can get back to lane if he gets pushed out.
That too, I guess. So we're just seeing some early trading, people trying to get up. You see Sejuani's been spotted by this ward, so hopefully Klug is able to just keep this pressure up. They know they're safe, that Sejuani can come if anything should happen. Maybe try and set up a dive early on this Garen. It's looking really low.
Yeah, this is a really good start for Klug so far, and not looking like Luna's going to have to go top yet at all. At least as long as he can keep on pushing, because Garen is getting some CS. He's not down a whole lot anymore. He was down about 2 waves before that wave crashed under tower. So if he can keep his gold up and start taking a little bit more favorable trades, he will have to force Luna Freya to come top. We are seeing Juggernaut start to roam up there right now.
All right. We'll see if anything comes from this. I think it's just going to be some quick Q poke. Oh, Gwen's able to easily dodge out of the way. And try.
They should be talking here. They need to...
Yeah.
Luna needs to... I don't know if it was that or what. They could have killed Juggernaut very easily there, but at least a nice showing there from Luna. Pushes off Juggernaut there, so now we are seeing a movement from Razors coming from the mid lane to back up Luna just in case they see anybody in the jungle here. Here's Juggernaut looking a little bit out of place. Yeah,
are we going to get a pick? We get the permafrost down. She hops away, but we do get the connection, but there is no kill early on. Juggernaut was too healthy. Oh, but bot lane, we got first blood. Are we going to be able to trade? Flash forward, and gets the auto down, and does give it over to Volibear. He's able to claim that, but overall, 2 for 2 trades bot lane. Everybody looked like they burned every summoner other than Rocky, who still has his exhaust.
And just a little bit unfortunate that Funny Man ends up with 2 assists, and Rocky ends up with both of those kills. I mean, gold is gold, but Funny Man is down a little bit to Yes Parade there, and like you said, they do a lot of sums. Exhaustedly still up and fight the mid lane.
Yeah. Razor just needs 1 or 2 more autos, and that Fate Sealed would just snap back and get it, but unable to get it. Probably just going to see Juggernaut resend themselves back mid lane, get a nice TP down. Elsword is even nice enough to just freeze their lane a little bit for them. Maybe they don't even have to burn it.
Yeah, I thought Elsword was going to come up and they were going to look for a fight, but I guess he was just coming up to hold the wave. Good support there. Kai'Sa going to get a little bit of solo XP in the bot lane because of it, and that's pretty good to add to the current lead that they have. Luna Freya is showing in the mid lane here, not spotted by Sun just yet, so they will get across the map pretty easily. Top lane, Klug about 12 CS now. Over Leper, another 2 waves,
Yeah.
even on CS.
Yeah, just waiting for the wave to kind of push into them. Going for a big trade here, actually, in the minion wave. That nice to get that silence out at the end there so that Gwen can't snip you back. And dodges that one again as well. But Leper, or Luke has hit 6, so there is the ult available for them, and they have Sejuani coming up. Are we going to see anything, or are we just going to get some deep vision, maybe?
Nah, looks like just vision for now. They're going to go for the, what do you call these things again?
The Void Grubs.
Void Grubs. There we go,
yeah, so...
I like these little things.
Yeah, they're an interesting thing. Again, both teams are really powerful side laners this game, so I think Grubs will actually matter quite a bit. We're also going to see Conduit grabbing their first dragon of the game. That was a Mountain Dragon, I believe. So some bonus stats that hopefully should matter, but shouldn't be too big of a deal early on.
Nope, Sun grabbed that.
Oh,
dragon.
sorry, Sun grabbed that. Yeah.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, they got that. That's a pretty decent trade. Getting Mountain this early for like Nautilus, Muscovium, and Leper.
Yep.
Leper is now, as we just saw, doing pretty well in fights, trading well against Klug there. So once he comes back with some items, he might actually start winning these fights. So that dragon's gonna help a lot. And then we just saw a potential dive. I don't know. That was just kind of a lot of wasted time there by Sun, but I guess it's just scared off.
Yeah. Oh, and we see the all-in. Klug has popped the ult. Leper still has his, and I think he's just going to fade away and wait. And once Gwen uses that ult and their mana's out, and Leper can start looking for the all-in with their own, try and push this wave out and start regenning with that Garen passive. But yeah, unsure why there was all that happening. Looks like Razor's roaming down. No, he's just going to grab the control ward and head back on himself down to mid.
It's a really good fight top lane there for Leper. Held onto the ult, still has both of his sums as well, but Juggernaut potentially looking caught here.
Yeah, face check into the Sejuani. Just needs 2 more hits for the stun, flash away from Juggernaut, making sure to keep themselves safe.
And unfortunately, Razor unable to get into that fight there, a little bit too far back. Able to get some CS, still quite a bit ahead over Juggernaut right now.
Yeah, Juggernaut just with that bot lane roam, looking for that dive, dropped a couple of waves. Razor was able to grab a plate, just, poking out, going for those really short trades that Aurora is really famous for with the Q. Q auto procs electrocute on the Q back. It's really frustrating to play against if you just try and get in these really short trades.
Yeah, really good, just quick trades like that, right? Like you go in, do a little bit of burst damage, back out, CS a little bit, wait for your cooldowns, and then repeat. Basically, kind of like Riven, play it that way. Yep. Leper up in the top side, trying to do the same on the kind of receiving end of these bad trades now. But I feel like with an all-in, he might be able to beat Klug here if he just kind of jumps on him. But I think he needs to back first. He's sitting on some gold, just the Berserker's Greaves, only 710, nothing crazy on gold. But down 500. I think on the next back, once he does get some gold from this wave here, he should just go in on Klug when he has nothing up. He's doing insane amounts of damage. As long as he's timing everything correctly, he can come out on top.
Yeah, Gwen did grab some early, God, what are those called now? Whatever. Steel caps.
Plated steel caps now, right?
Yeah, not tabbies. Just some everybody pushing. Yes Parade trying to get a plate down in the bot lane. And we see there is Sejuani coming, that we might have a play there, while there's a play happening top lane as well. I think Klug should have time to get out thanks to that control ward. And we do see the commit. Yes Parade does burn their summoners, and Elsword is able to get a nice ult to slow everybody down, keep their AD carry safe. Everybody stays happy. No more kills and deaths.
A win on the bot side because they do get both flashes and the barrier from Yes Parade. Top side, they tried to go after Klug. They didn't manage to get anything burned, but Razors might be in trouble here mid.
Yep, flash away. That's all going to be from that play. But that gives you some really great timing. Towards this next dragon fight, your AD carry doesn't have flash, and with the Yone flash no longer being up, it's going to be much harder for him to get onto your backline.
Yeah, I think that just made the bot lane gank very worth it. And now
Yeah.
Klug just, I don't know.
Just wanting to stop the grub stacking. See if everybody decides to fight over it, that we see both supports roaming up. That looks like we're going to have a full 4v4. And we'll see if Honeyman can get some plates down bot lane. They are Jinx. They do have some great pushing potential. I wonder how long this grub fight is going to last. Oh, engage from Elsword onto the Lulu. And everybody just drops everything. All the ults go throwing down. And we see that Conduit is just getting melted.
Nothing to do there. Razor's going to be the last one alive.
Yeah. And he should fall here. Just Garen's spin to win. And a triple kill for Leper Koopa, which is just going to accelerate his game so far ahead. Get himself to that stride breaker early. And just start running kids down.
Yeah, that was an odd rotation there from the side of Conduit to get into that pit. They fought. Razors didn't even have ultimate yet. Luna didn't either. Nobody was really ready for that fight. So I think they should have just pushed Sun off and then backed away, waited a little bit, and stalled.
Yeah. We are at 3 grubs apiece, so nobody's going to get any of those little bonus mites hitting the towers, but that is a really big win for the side of Spelling V Champions. They should hopefully be able to get something out of this and really look to punish, play towards their strong side, Garen, see if they can get some ult kills. We see another engage down. Yes, Parade with no sums, able to ult out, but a great ultimate from Leper Koopa. Able to get that onto Funny Man. Elsword, I think, should be safe here. They're tanky enough, but that's, again, great kill. Get your Jinx fed. Get the damage going.
Should be able to grab an Ocean Drake after that too, hopefully, if they just push straight to it. Luna Freya has DC'd. We may get a pause coming up here in a second. There it is. So at the moment, at the current pause, 12.5 minutes, 6-3, just under a 2k gold lead, 1.3k.
Yeah,
for
the
the
kill
side
leads.
of Sun. Nothing huge. They were one dragon up, I say were, but they haven't gotten it yet. Here, it's close to about being tied on Drakes. So gold probably will swing to about even right after this pause, I'd imagine.
Yeah, it's good to see that everybody's trying to keep their CS up. Razor for Life is ahead, that he has gotten 3 plates, so he's tied in gold despite the fact that Juggernaut has so many kills. And Leper's going for the all-in. If he could just press R, he should get it, but it doesn't have it.
He got about 20 seconds on that cooldown, which really just means Klug gets 20 seconds to get out of the lane.
Yeah.
Leper, after those 3 kills, is a monster now. He's very, very strong. He's a level up over Klug now. He's about even on CS, and he's almost pretty much finished with the first item here. He's looking very strong. Looking to be an issue here for the whole team. And about another 5 to 10 minutes, depending on how fast they start opening up these lanes. But bot lane is really their main source of being able to get that intel back into this, as well as Razor's 3-item power spike.
Yeah. So we see that it's Cloud Rift this game, which should suit both teams fine. Movement speed is really, really important on melee champs, and there's tons of them in this game, so I imagine everyone's going to fight over that and should be happy with that dragon outcome.
Definitely.
See, kind of first item power spikes are starting to come through from most of the side of SON. They have, the Static Shiv done on Kaisa, the Malignance done on Juggernaut. Leper Koopa just picked up their Stride Breakers. They're back to lane, whereas there's mostly just components finished for most of the side of Conduit. There is, the completed Kraken Slayer, and Sejuani's, really has a really cheap tank item that they're able to rush, but most people are just sitting on, Haunting Guy's component and stuff like that.
Yeah, once they are completed, though, probably going to be doing some decent damage. Garen, there has that Stride Breaker finished with the Berserker's Greaves, and Klug can really only turn and run whenever he's walking towards him. He does not want to take that fight right now. He's very squishy to him. Juggernaut and Razors
duking it out.
beef.
they're both really close, but Juggernaut looks, or sorry, Razor looks like they used ult recently, so Juggernaut still has theirs to kind of trap them in that realm. Oh,
Nice
Jinx ult
Jinx
from
ult.
downtown. Oh, Yone just barely doesn't get there. And
Oh, man.
roam down from Moscovim and Leper Koopa just slams down. But without ult, can Jinx get away? Oh, just a sliver of health, and yes, Parade just barely lives as well. That tower shot would have finished them off if they had tanked one more. Decided the trade wasn't worth it.
Two unfortunate fights there from Monarch, almost getting the kill mid, almost getting the kill spot. And then Razors goes right back into Leper, and Moscovium ends up getting killed. I didn't even see Leper moving down from top, honestly. I looked down to mid for about 10 seconds, and suddenly he was just there. Really good roam, though. Now Leper showing kind of dominance up on this top side, showing that he's able to go down mid and help get a kill without really needing to worry about the top side of the map. Blue just needs to farm up, get back into the game here. Realistically, the rest of the team just needs to kind of go back to farming, trying not to take any fights unless it's just a very obvious pick or a really easy team fight. But even then, I wouldn't really trust a team fight right now.
Yeah. Conduit just needs to try and slow this game down and make sure that their Jinx can get to their item breakpoints. You know, try and make sure that the game's even. Whereas if you're SON, it's just kind of push forward, go, 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 try and get them as much as you can. We see Razor here. There isn't all that much damage here, and with the other members of Conduit coming that they're backing out. But we do commit that, but a nice pullback on the tower gets Elsword out again.
I like the roam there, and it's just unfortunately there's really nothing on the map to take after it. There's no objectives up right now. There's really nowhere to gank. Everybody's kind of pushed in. Everything's happening on the bot side of the map, so Garen's up top kind of free pushing. Can't really do anything about him. By the time you get up there, he'll be gone. So, nice move from Conduit, but it doesn't really net them much other than a little bit of aggression there in the mid lane.
Yeah.
And a hook.
Yeah. Oh, we're able to ult out. He's able to keep himself safe, but that is a major cooldown that's burned with Dragon spawning in 1 minute that I think Conduit is going to have to forfeit this upcoming Dragon. Maybe look for a topside play of some kite, try and get shut down onto this Garen, or something to that effect.
Yeah, I would definitely try to just trade anything at all at the moment. Still no towers taken, so you can still get first tower gold on the bot side here, preferably. It's very low. But if you have to, just go top, go somewhere. I would say just give up this Drake even. Just one Cloud Drake, it's not going to be a whole lot of a deal to fight over, especially because you can't fight for it right now. You got to go to the top side of the map, farm, give up that Drake, and take whatever you can while they do it.
Yeah. So we see SON is grouped up that they're ready for this.
Oh, no.
They're in the big death ball. Razor teleporting to mid, get their wave pushed in, but seeing everyone on the other team decides to run away. Dropping Herald there is a little questionable considering it won't fully take this tower here, but it does secure them their dragon, and Gwen does get first blood on top tower, first brick as it is, thanks to Garen leaving her alone.
Yone's going to push up through mid lane. Has to be really careful though. Team is immediately coming after him after that dragon. He's not going to be able to do a whole lot of damage to it. Those resistances on towers now are really crazy. So they're going to get kind of pushed up into the top side here. And Razor needs to be careful. They're still following.
Yep,
Sweeping
gets
just
themselves another tower, and they're going to ghost out, see if they can survive. The ult slowdown is going to let them escape even. And are we going to see a huge fight? Well, that's a great Yone ult. Oh, and Juggernaut's able to kite back, and everybody's able to get out from this fight.
Yeah, Luna's going to be able to get out, as well as Razor's, thankfully. It was very low in that fight. But they're going to get a tower on the bot side as well. So 2 towers top and a bot tower for Drake. Puts them in gold lead. It's only for a little bit, by a little bit. But that's still a decent gold swing. You see that these objectives are really important right now when you can't fight. Lunafrey is potentially looking for a gank here. I'm not liking this.
Yeah, I think they're more just trying to make sure that Yone stays safe, keeps this tower up. That mid lane tower is really important on the map. You know, it just offers you so much safety and allows Baron. Oh, but we see them able to catch out Sejuani. Garen ult seals the deal. Giant sword from the sky. And that's a red buff gone.
Yeah, it can't be grabbing red buff when the enemy team is in your mid jungle there. So ends up getting killed. Mid lane tower is going to go down potentially 2. It's a 2v4, 3v4 in the mid lane right now, and a hook lands.
Hook ends. We're going in, but Jinx is able to free hit right now. Elsword is really low. Does the ult save it? No. Flash out. And Razor's looking for more that, you know, SON can't really fight, aren't fighting together. We see everything getting committed, flashes out. And it is SON picking up a kill on the back of this onto Rocky, the support.
Yeah, that was a good final, like, last stand there.
Oh,
never mind.
Oh, Yone effect.
The only thing you have R up and someone standing still, you have to use it.
Exactly. It's like Lee Sin kick. It's just begging. You gotta hit it.
They managed to push through. They might take this tower here. Front man 3 auto attacks. Maybe will do that there. That's going to finish that up. Well done. They trade a kill for a tower. I mean, obviously, it's kind of draining on them. You know, they had a little bit more of a gold lead. They trade a kill for a tower. And it's not going to... You're not going to be able to keep up with that for too long once they manage to start 5v5ing. 5v5? What did I just say? 5v5ing? But yeah. Sun just needs to realize they can 5v5 and really just look to end the game.
Yeah, I think Conduit's really kind of closing this game back, that there isn't a lot of these really huge item discrepancies anymore, that, you know, no one's fully ahead on items. Everyone's kind of finished their first item and working towards their second here. So I feel like Conduit have done a really great job of pulling this game back. The SON had a lead and they've kind of squandered it a little, that they're really going to need to focus up, you know, trying to stack these dragons or get Conduit to kind of fight them, that they've shown that their side lane and their macro play has been better so far. Oh, and we see a hook.
And potentially fight open up here. I don't know if Elsewhere will die, but...
Yeah, I don't think so. He's just going to get chunked out, you know. Yone has to snap back. Juggernaut is here to defend Elsword.
Decent fight. Garen's gonna get a dragon top. What am I saying? A tower top. Sorry. Yeah. Tower top while all that's happening. Klud needs help up there. 14 to 13. 4-0-2 Garen. Oh, I don't think you want that.
If he hits the Qs, I think he does.
Leopard.
Oh no, that
Leopard can try and fight this.
Yeah, with the miss of the ults now, I think Leopard's got it. But yeah, hit a minion.
Leopard getting
Funny
collapsed on here.
See a little bit of this.
Are they going to commit to it? Dragon's up.
Yeah, in
30 seconds. I don't know if they want to commit to this.
Yeah, but I guess Klug has just decided that the side lane is their home this game, that we're looking for a pick bot lane, that we're able to get 2 stacks. The ult was great, layering that. Juggernaut should be dead here. I can't imagine them escaping. Nice. Now it's just... Yeah, now can Razor and Elsword escape? They have the rest of Conduit coming to help them out.
So they should now.
Yeah, so they look like they should be able to take this. The SLN's a little slow on the uptake. Yes, Parade is here, and they are able to output a lot of DPS, but Moscom is backing up.
Gwen's roaming down, as is Garen. We're seeing pings around the Drake. And Monarch is going to fall right onto it. Doesn't look like Sun is going to contest it. I feel like they could, now that Garen's there. He has ult as well, but looks like they're just going to let this slide for now. They're collapsing.
Yeah.
No, maybe looking for a steal, but nothing on that TP coming through, though.
Yeah. Looking to see if maybe they could pick someone out on the backside. Probably swing by Baron, get some vision control down. I really doubt they're going to start it. Their team's damage isn't the greatest for this, but...
Nope, they're starting it. Yeah, I was going to say the same thing. They don't have a whole lot of DPS. Garen's going to be a majority of it, but Conduit's back. Gwen's bot lane has TP. Here it comes.
Yeah, Gwen's just sticking around. That Razor's trying to push them off, and they've successfully got them off the Baron while Gwen's split pushing bot, getting some huge damage down on this tower. Yeah, but we see the flash in on Leper. But Jinx is able to cut it out. Is this Garen going down donating a
Give it to
shutdown.
Jinx.
Oh,
They do give it to Jinx. Shutdown goes to her. They're going to jump right onto this Baron. Ult goes wide. They are going to sniff out Muscovium on blue buff here.
yeah, but they're just buying more time, right? King Klug is getting so much.
Klug is tearing the walls down right now. Needs to be careful. The S Parade's here.
Yeah, but that's an 80 carry walking into melee.
Oh,
Klug able to get this? Oh, nice ult. Flash. Klug looks like they're just going to commit for
top
this.
side there. Yone kills Nautilus. Volibear kills Jinx. And Aurora gets a double kill.
Yep, it's just a mess everywhere. Moscow is going to finish off Razor, and, you know, it's basically an ace for the side of SON, but they've lost most of their base in the bot lane as a result.
Yeah, I don't know. Very, I'd say Pyrrhic victory for Conduit there. They managed to get a lot of structures. They stop a Baron. They get a couple kills, but 4 deaths in return for it. It is just unfortunate for that. Klug did his job, though, for sure. They managed to get quite a bit of gold for the team now, up about 500 gold. It's been very back and forth. Obviously, the kills not so much, but the gold and objectives have been all over the place.
Yeah, that it's interesting to see that, you know, despite Klug only being 0-1-0, not having committed killed a 2,000 gold over Leper Koopa, and I feel like they should probably win the 1v1s now. With,
we'll see. This is an opportunity to be the showing of that here. They have that Riftmaker done, like you said.
Oh, flash in off
flash hook is going to miss on Elsword.
Yeah, really looking for that play there. I guess everyone was ready to commit if they landed it.
Yeah, if Kai'Sa had ult, probably would have jumped right onto it immediately. Went for that kill. Volibear off in the wings here, just stealing some buffs. Razors needs to be careful. Was just shown he is getting pinged right now on the map, and he's walking straight into Elsword.
Yeah, but I don't really think anyone else can really follow up on this. Muskum, you know, is building much more towards tank. There isn't that, you know, kind of broad ADC. And Leper's caught in the top lane, stunned up, and just watch Gwen just rip through him with those Q snips.
Oh. Jinx ult comes in a little bit late, looking for at least an assist on that. Probably wanted the kill, but ends up going over to the side of Klug, and you called it. Yeah, just walk right into him, and he can get the kill now. And I guess Klug didn't even get the kill, which is unfortunate. But Leper had a very strong lead early. You mentioned this earlier. Sun had a really good lead earlier and didn't really do anything with it. Bot lane, Scovium and Elsword drop that ult on a Razor's head. He's gone. They are going to get Baron in return for it. But Sun had this massive lead earlier, and they didn't just keep the ball rolling on it. They stagnated. They let Monarch get back into it, and now they have a fighting chance in this game. They cracked open the base first, and now we're seeing the final of the 3 outer towers of of Monarch go down.
Yeah, we just have to see that these teams really haven't had a 5v5. Klug has just realized that this game, they're just going to split, and if no one answers them, they don't need anybody. They don't need the team fight. So, with a great macro game out of Conduit Monarch, and we just need to see as SON, you know, this dragon spawning in 30 seconds here. You have bot lane. Bot lane is where your supers are, so you'll generally have someone down there. But Klug's pushing top lane. Are you able to answer him, or do you just go for the 5v4 and just hard commit with this Nautilus? We're setting up for it.
Yeah, it's hard because they go to set these things up for it, and then they end up missing like that, so they end up wasting time, and then Monarch has a chance to get back into it. Now there's a fight happening in probably 10 seconds around this next Cloud Drake. Looks who's top. Klug is just chilling up there. Nobody has an answer. Leper and Juggernaut both have TP. They're going to have to go back and look for this fight. Garen's backing right now.
Yep, that Conduit say, you know, we have Baron. I don't care about this dragon. We're just going to grab tier 2 towers and then, you know, take your base.
Yeah, like you said earlier, very good macro inside of Monarch right now. Klug is able to back away here in a 1v2. Leper Cooper and Yes Parade looking after him, but I don't even know if they can 1v2 him right now. He's looking pretty strong with 3 items at the moment. They're pushing mid. Probably going to end up collapsing here. Gwen still pushes the fray to the top side here.
Huge wave crashing into their bot lane
Here
towers.
comes.
Oh, and we see that everybody's going in. The world beyond, everything just getting thrown into the front line. who can kill each other first. The backliners are there. The Yesprade is there to do the constant DPS to kill these tanks and get them. And are they able to chase down, get this kill as well? Perfect, but their base is in shambles. Klug is just going to look for the end, just snip down on these towers. And
Klug's doing
is
so
even
much
going for the
damage.
Nexus. Oh, okay,
Man,
but Garen
that
has
ult did a
ult.
lot more damage than I thought it was going to. Okay. That was a really good kill by Leper. The reason I say that is because if he doesn't kill him there, the game's over.
Yeah.
Nice fight in the mid lane. I mean, really, it's just Klug split pushing, and then he goes, all right, everybody else just go run at them and like just take as long as you can to die, and I'll do what I can to end it. But it's working. Somehow. It just is.
Yeah, it's... I mean, SON has such a giant kill lead, right? They're up 11 kills, but they're just not able to really get anything with it. So, we just need to see if they stay safe. Juggernaut, they're able to get out here. You had to burn the ult for that little bit of movement speed and displacement. Yesprade gets...
damage.
Yeah, that one crit just evaporated their health bar.
I've been saying this a lot, that I thought Sun should have just been 5v5ing earlier. Now, even with all of these leads that they have, they're just getting really poked out, and they're still just letting it happen in 2v3s, 2v4s. They need to be working together. They have a really strong team as long as they play it correctly, and they have been. But now Kubri, Leper in the bottom.
The Leper has been able to dodge some of these Qs, and flashes even forward that the rest of his team is behind with this slow and gets the ult down. But
Big
are they
ult.
able to reset in time to save their base? That they're just going for the end. Everybody's going forward. Yon up forward to hit the Nexus. Everybody's on it. Do we see the defense in time? Or are they able to end? And looks like Conduit Monarch, by the skin of their teeth, finishes this game out.
That game, it really is just a testament to how important macro is, and it's not just about killing in the game, right? That was playing the objective versus team deathmatch, and Monarch just ended up winning it. Just, I really don't know how. Looking back, you watch the first 15 minutes of that game, and you're thinking Sun is just going to run away with it.
Yeah, they looked like they really had that advantage, heading into the second dragon, but, they traded basically 3 towers.
Yeah, what was it? 3 towers for the one Drake. That was really where it kind of flipped around.
Yeah, I mean, look at even the damage numbers. That Leper Koopa, kind of leading the way. Same with Juggernaut, but that doesn't matter when your towers fall down.
Yeah, exactly. Just numbers across the board. If you look at just the scoreboards, you would not think that Monarch won this game, but very, very well played to them. We'll see if anything changes in the next game with their draft or just with their comps in general, or how they play the game, the early game anyway, or if Sun will be able to learn from their mistakes and learn to push their objectives in the next one and take us into game 3. Find out in just a little bit. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with draft for game number 2 in just a minute. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Blue Otter League week number 1 of Gold Season 12. We have Sun SBC versus Conduit Monarch. They have swapped sides. I'm stuck in a Nocturnal. I'm joined alongside Storm still. Storm, how are we looking right now? What are you thinking about the bands coming out?
Pretty similar to game one from what I remember. Parsing the Aurora band is a different change up. Guessing Conduit just doesn't want to deal with that again. We're sick of, getting trapped in the baby cage 2.0.
Yeah, it's understandable. I would probably get rid of that as well. That looked kind of annoying to deal with. She was very hard to kill, really scrappy.
We're gonna see a first pick Jin on the side of Conduit. Not a traditional first pick. Does have some weaknesses as an AD carry, just with their unique playstyle, but does offer a lot of versatility and utility as an ADC.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say Jin first pick is crazy to me. Like, even if it is a prio pick for you, I think that's nuts for first.
Yep.
Sun gonna go right back to the volley bear. Well, worked for him last game, played well. We'll see what they grab up on the second pick though. But Conduit needs to make sure again that there's just peel for Jin, even more so than there was last game on that Jinx.
Seraphine. So we're going all in on dive yet again for SON. They decided that, last game the problem was they just couldn't dive hard enough, I guess.
They need to be able to dive hard enough, get the
Yeah.
kills, and take the turret. That's how you know it's successful. But Seraphine, good pick. Jin, realistically, should never be able to get an ult off, especially if that is Seraphine's support, which I'd imagine it is. Leo going to get picked up into that. Good pick. I think always has and always will be a good pick in a Seraphine.
Yep. I don't think Leona Jin is exactly a classic pairing, however.
No, I mean, it works. And it was pretty good at one point. Like, it was very, like, prio picked because she can just keep him locked down, make sure he lands that W. But Sejuani going to get picked as well. We need to see some more DPS from Conduit here. Not a whole lot coming out just yet.
Yeah, not very much damage, but they have all the CC and setup in the world for whatever damage they do pick. Probably gonna try and look towards a melee in one of these two lanes to utilize that Sejuani. Just engage support. I think that was locked. Yeah, Rel. So it's Seraphine either bot or mid for the side of SON.
If it is Seraphine APC, I wouldn't be too surprised by it. At this point, I don't think prioritizing mid would be huge. I think it's just a flex right now, but probably more towards the APC side of it. Final bands coming through. I'm still surprised we're not seeing anything on Brand. Has he been changed that I'm unaware of? Like, he suddenly just fell off?
They've nerfed the Faded Ashes a little bit, but he's still quite prevalent. I think he's one of the better junglers still, especially when these teams are playing. We're gonna grip up and fight each other. I think he's really good.
Right, exactly. Like, last game, one Brand R is just putting everybody in shambles. What a smart ban on that Garen. I don't think I ever want to see that on Leper again if I'm Conduit. He just was a monster on it early. Really couldn't do anything against it.
Yep. And the Gwen ban comes out in retaliation.
Understandable. Set ban yet again. The Mordekaiser ban yet again from last game. A lot of repeat bans. Don't want to see people on certain champions. The Mordekaiser's a good ban for Conduit Monarch because it saves them from having to ban it away from Leper. Leper's a pretty solid Mordekaiser. I wouldn't want to see him on that either.
Yeah, I imagine we're going to save our top laner for kind of last pick on the side of SON. That we've sent all these bans, try and make sure they have the best matchup possible. I think we're just going to see a mid here, and it's Malzahar.
A lot of AP damage.
Yeah.
Conduit has 2 tanks already. Just build MR and you're fine.
That Malzahar pick is just way out of left field for me.
It really is. Like, I don't know, who do you even ult there? Like, do you just ult Leo or Sejuani when they go in, or do you try to flash ult Jin in the back line? And that's not going to work, because now they have a Lux.
Yeah, who's
right
been really
now, Conduit looking good.
Yeah, Lux can really match the push power of Malzahar. That's his only real strength.
Yeah, exactly. If you're looking for split push Malzahar, it's great. I haven't seen Malzahar picked in a very long time, though, and I think there's a reason for it. Kled gets picked by Conduit. I think that's a really solid blind pick.
It's definitely a direction for their team. It gives you that Sejuani kind of somewhere to go. Also has the Lux, for lockdown as well. The skirmishing power should be really strong for Conduit. I'm curious to have what SON have for the counter pick for top lane for this Kled. Their team's fairly low damage.
Strong. Something a little bit bruisery, tanky, AD. Nocturne's not a bad pick, but I imagine that's Volibear top now, right?
Okay, yeah. So Volibear was flexed to the top lane, and you get save that counter, kind of flex pick to the very end, giving you the Nocturne. I mean, you do have a really, really strong dive for SON, but Conduit's dive is almost just as good. Like Pledar, with everybody being able to run into you, I have no idea who's peeling for these backlines. Both these teams just look like they're gonna throw themselves into each other like a football line crashing together.
Yeah, there's a lot of single target spells, a lot of AoE. I'm very worried about Conduit only because it seems like they do have the stronger champion pool here. But if Malzahar locks someone down, Rel gets a couple of the tanks, rooted up there. Nocturne could just go to the backline and kill a Jhin. They could play it really well. As messy as it looks, it does look like a very more solo queue kind of draft rather than last game. We saw a whole lot of synergy with it, but that could just mean they're more comfortable in the champions and the way the draft is. So as much as a couple of those champions look iffy, they could definitely help the fights.
Yeah, and I mean, the Volibear build that's currently running around with, utilizing Jack of all trades as much as it is, makes him pretty much unbeatable in 1v1s if you just sit there and hit him.
Mm-hmm.
That I worry that Leper is going to have a rough time because Kled has one way to play League of Legends, and it is fight the enemy until they are dead.
Yeah, it's run at them with a bear trap. Hopefully hit it, and if you do hit it, you fight until someone dies.
So I'm imagining top lane is just going to be an absolute slugfest. I think they're going to probably kill each other at levels 2 and 3, and then kill each other again at 4 and 5. So
yeah, I imagine seeing the same thing as we did probably last game, just a lot of back and forth fighting over and over again. I don't think we're going to see a lot of jungle pressure up there, unless we start getting into the later levels and they still haven't started separating from their lanes. But they're just going to be dead before anybody can go top. They're better off staying mid and bot lane. Realistically, Nocturne should be bot lane nonstop. Seraphine and Rel need to be able to get ahead over Leo and Jhin here. There's no AD damage. Nocturne just needs to keep power to ganking.
Yeah, I mean, he just needs to full clear till he's 6 and then just keep burning ults onto Jhin until he's not in the game, because that's really the only long-range DPS. That other than that, it's just going to be some meatballs hitting each other. And with Rel, stealing your meatball stats, it's pretty good for the side of SON.
Yeah, because the thing is, if Jhin is alone, he's dead, right? Someone needs to stay back with Jhin, but if you keep someone back with Jhin, then you only have 2 people going in. It's going to be Kled and Sedge, probably. Lux can't really do much as far as getting into melee range, obviously. And then Seraphine, Rel, Volibear ults, all AoE. And if you lock down Kled and Sedge, get Nocturne into the backline, it's just him and Leo. So you might be able to get Volibear back there and do a 2v2. That's just a lot. That's a lot of thinking for that, though. They need to really plan that out. That's just best case scenario for them to kill Jhin and just win every fight.
Yeah. I mean, as well as early prio, it's Seraphine's really, really good at clearing waves. Both of these mid laners excel at as well. That I don't think there's going to be just one team is able to get to the objective before the other. Everyone has a lot of wave clear this game. That it should be just a lot of straight up fights. I can't imagine that it's just going to be someone just sitting off on the side lane all game, like we saw last time for Conduit.
That's true, but with the way we saw the top laners play last game, I feel like it is going to still be a lot of that because Kled's pretty good at it. Volley's really good at it. So they have the kits for taking down these towers, but I think, like you said, they should be using it to actually fight with their teams. They're way better at actually using those ults to get into fights, specifically Kled. Volibear for dives. Once he hits 6, he needs to just be looking for dives, probably with Nocturne, if they can do it. If he gets him low enough anyway, pretty good fight. Now, last game, I think we were both wrong on our predictions for who was going to win that game. But who are you thinking this game? You think Sun's taking us to game 3?
I think without a traditional AD carry, I really do think Sun's going to struggle this game. I think Conduit's going to close it out, actually.
I would have to agree. As much as I don't want to, I want to see this draft work. It's just hard when you've got Kled, Sedge, and Leo. They can just build MR, and you can't really touch them with any of your damage. Malzahar, like you said, is just gonna be good for like pushing, and then using his ult for 2 seconds on somebody before he gets blown up.
Yeah, I don't really know what the Malzahar is doing in this draft, but hopefully they are able to prove us wrong and take us to game 3.
Yeah, we'll see what happens here. We're going to throw it to a quick break. We'll see you all very shortly here for game number 2. Will Conduit close it out, or will Sun take us to game 3? Find out soon. Don't go anywhere. All right, everybody, welcome back to the Rift. Game number 2, Conduit Monarch on your blue side. Sun SBC on the red. I am Fury, joined alongside Storm. Storm, I'm still at it with the 5 point. Nothing crazy.
Yeah, I thought the teams would be going for something a little bit more aggressive this time. There is some actual CC set up, at level 1. You can throw a Lux Q into that bush.
Something could happen here, but I don't think it will. They're on the cusp of breaking it open, but looks like they're just.
I think
maybe
Yesprade's going to get their mana flow ban stack here, to be honest with you. That's going to be what happens.
Here we go. Funny Man is shown. Depends on how far Rocky walks through this bush. Oh. Yeah, there you go. Mana flow ban for that one ward.
I mean,
that's worth it, sure.
Yeah, you get to see.
Maybe not anymore. Not if you walk that way, Rocky. Come on, man.
I would just like to point out Leper Koopa is running Smite.
Oh boy. This is gonna be a good game. Welcome to week 1 of gold, baby. This is it. I mean, hell, get the objectives if it works. Fighting potentially happening here. I really don't know what's going on. They're stopping Rocky from getting to lane, but like, why don't you just go to lane and kill Funny Man? Funny Man's free farming.
Yeah.
Just get solo XP right now.
Seraphine's able to pick up most of this, yes, for their Q. And everybody's back in their lanes. Some interesting zoners. Klug in the top lane's running the Ignite, no fuck for him, and yeah, Leper taking Smite. Not sure why, but maybe.
Yeah, I think Klug should have a pretty good time fighting now. I think he should be very optimistic about the way he fights, except for he just got beat in that fight. So Leper hits level 2 first. He gets dismounted, and he's gonna have to be careful into this tower now.
Yeah.
First blood mid lane. Missed it. Razor gets the kill mid on Juggernaut. I think we expected Juggernaut to lose the lane, I think, not really on that kill, and then Klug.
Yeah.
Blown up.
Tried to go in and get that remount ready, but wasn't able to in time. Funny Man flashes out, burns the cleanse on the Ignite. Is able to stay alive. Elsword also super low, but they got the wave in. They're able to leave. There is a freeze going on right now with Yesprade. Curious to see if they'll keep that there or if they'll break it. And Leopard just gets some deep vision, sees that, Luna's down towards the bot lane. They've cleared their top camps. Really curious how you died to Lux at level 2 as Malzahar, but
yeah, I was just gonna expect the Juggernaut to lose the lane, but I don't think we expect to be a solo kill that early. Flat.
Yep. Getting in, layering the CC beautifully. That was really well played on the side of it. The Juggernaut
Flash
was
Zenith Blade, auto by Rocky, Luna with the dash. Very well played.
Leopard just kind of continuing to just fight. Dare Luger dodges the bear trap on the rope, so no healing reduction. Haven't seen the Stormcaller come down yet, but, winning the fights out, dismounting Kled yet again.
A decent CS lead right now. Total opposite from what we saw in the last game. Leopard winning these early trades, staying reasonably ahead in CS. Takes an early back, though. I don't know if I agree with a back that early when you don't have TP. And Klug can kind of just let the wave sit if he wants to. I don't know if he will. But so far, doing pretty well at just holding it towards them. Now he's pushing it out. Moscovium is in the top side of the map, though. Starting the back. Looks like we got a dragon up in 30 seconds. Probably preparing for that.
Yeah, just getting his first reset through after full clearing. Grabbing some long swords. Probably going towards Stridebreaker, but maybe we see the lethality build as his team's fairly low damage. Again, Luna's really looking for this. Yes, Parade, though, sniffs it out. Playing back, playing safe. Push. Yeah. Elsword, though. Got the root down. Just one more auto. Flashes for it, gets the stun, but is there any follow-up? Rocky's still far away that I don't think they can get Elsword down. But
yeah, I'm not sure why Rocky started holding the wave like that if they were setting up gank and not letting Elsword walk forward. Good start, it's just they were not on the same page on when they wanted to start that gank. And Juggernaut potentially in trouble again. Razor walking him down with auto attacks.
Yeah, walking at each other. Both of them missing most of their skill shots, but hammering down on each other, making sure that they're nice and low for when their junglers decide they want to join them. See Gromp Steel, Leper just has all the push in the world. Guessing they're trying to make sure that they have priority before they start these grubs, which spawn soon here, I believe. Thinking another 15-20 seconds.
Yeah, I'm 100% on the timing myself here. I believe it's 6 minutes though.
Yeah.
Nothing really happening right now. Nocturne just getting set up for those. Rel is on the top side of the map as well, so I like the movement coming out here from Sun. Jin with the 1v1 versus the Esperade in the bot lane, and now Klug doing well in this trade, even though it was leveled down.
And a big ult's going to come out and just seal the deal. Leper Koopa knows the damage, knows when he's ready for it, says, I don't need TP.
Yeah, Klug sat there in that fight for a very long time. He doesn't need TP, and he also doesn't need an aggressive summoner spell either. Just flash and smite, and he didn't have to use either of those. Void Grubs get taken. Lunafreya is working on the Ocean Drake here. No help, though. This is not looking good right now.
Yep, but Elsword's kind of able to pick them off, and if they can get this dragon to reset, they should be really happy that that was a lot of time that Luna just kind of wasted wailing on that dragon instead of doing their camps. That we can see Nocturne's got a pretty sizable CS lead already.
49 to 33 over the mid lane. That's kind of evened out by the 54 to 34, and then back again in favor of Sun with the 51 to 37 in the top lane on that CS there. 2-0 is Leper Koopa, having a very good start this game. Looks like they probably want to keep riding off the back of that there, so they're going to pick up this Ocean Drake, at least try to as fight.
Yeah. I think Elsword's caught there. They do have crash down over the... And Jin is able to finish it off. Nice. The curtains get called. And now Luna, I guess, is going back to this dragon?
They have to. They've committed so much time to it at this point. They have to go for this. There's just no way they can let that sit anymore. We did see the TP from Razors into the mid lane there. They're letting the support do... I'm not sure why Funny Man is not helping with this Drake. But it's just... It's kind of confusing. They need to take it out. Nobody's moving to the Drake, thankfully, from the side of Sun for Monarch here. But if they even just sniffed out that there was no damage on there, they probably could have fought that.
Yeah, I mean, Nocturne is level 6 now. Does have the Paranoia ready. Interested to see where he's going to go with that. Just continuing to power farm right now, getting his topside camps done. Klug has hit level 6 now, does have the ultimate match, but Volibear's resetting. I'm guessing he's going to grab his Rod of Ages now. There it is.
Yep. That's a big power spike for him here. Especially when Klug really doesn't have much right now. Tier 1 boots, 2 long swords, not a whole lot of damage, not a whole lot of gold. Just needs to let Volley push into him. Can't walk up too far, cannot get caught by Muscorpion's Paranoia, or he's going to have an even worse time than he is right now without that.
Yep, and Lux is able to just, burn the ult to get the push going. Juggernaut just trying to keep their CS going and their pressure. Scuttle is spawning, and Moscovium is on his way up there. Does know that Sejuani's top camps are respawning as well. See some fighting happening in the bot lane. Elsword's just poking it out. And yes, Parade always does have the sustain with the shields and heals to kind of keep their support healthy. Just some minor trading. But then we do see the invade. Leper really looking for this. But have they bitten off more than they can chew? Smite used on the blue. Didn't get it, though. Or did they?
Wow, this is a crazy chase. Really wanted Leper there, and they're going to keep going forward here.
Yeah, Bear Trap on a rope can help, but Juggernaut flashes out. Razor does get the blue buff. Does land the poke. Can they get forward? I don't think so, but Moscovium holding on to that Paranoia. Didn't want to go in with Leper there. Guessing they were finishing off a camp or something to that effect. And Razor just continues to push forward, get the CS lead, try and get these plates. We'll see Juggernaut decide to stay around.
like that decision, but Binding is going to miss. Spell Shield is back up, still gets the slow.
Yeah.
That's going to be it. Razor needs to be careful. Paranoia is up, and this may be the end of him.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
maybe not.
yeah, both teams just kind of focusing around their mid laners where there's trading going on. Leper Koopa coming down to fight for these grubs. Oh, man.
The curtain call. And
Oh, but we get a
Muscovian
shutdown.
goes
That's huge for Muscovium, but can he get out? Root connects from him. Flash out. Bear Trap on a pullback, and Funny Man gets a kill as well.
in. Look for an L-Sword mid-year, too.
Yeah, Kingfisher just goes in. The Kled motto. Everybody's going forward, pushing. And Conduit able to pick up these kills again. And now they're off to a huge gold lead.
Sun SBC going for the rare strat of walking in and dying one by one. Not often does it work. This is one of those times where it still didn't work. Really big come up there for Conduit. It was pretty even in terms of gold, and after the last couple of fights, they bring themselves up to about a 2k gold lead. They're going to start grabbing these grubs here as well. Nobody helping Luna as per usual. But as we take a look into the gold deficits here, Kled right back into it now, only down about 140 gold as opposed to about 1,500 that we saw earlier. And Jin, despite being a level down, is very ahead of Yesparade at this point.
Okay, and Funny Man has decided that they're going for the I need to run as fast as possible Jin build, going for the Static Shiv, guessing into that RFC. Lots of people just keeping themselves trying to get to those first item power spikes. Leper Koopa still kind of the first one to really have one, as well as Razor, who's picked up their Ludens.
Yeah, this is a really good game for Lux here. Just had that great start with the first blood on Juggernaut, and then has just kept it rolling from there. 30 CS up now. TP comes in from Yesparade. Nothing doing afterwards, though. 30 seconds on a Mountain Drake. Hockey a little bit chunked out, but as of right now, as far as we're looking at ults here, everybody's about to have theirs up. Muscovium's got 5 seconds on it. Elsewhere's get caught.
They're going in. Able to get out. Muscovium able to save their ult. Spell Shield away. Cancel out that Jin ult with the Seraphine. But we're able to re-engage. Everybody's going in. SONR are able to pick up some kills. They should be able to get Rocky as well here. And that's another kill going over to Yesparade. And this Dragon should be theirs, giving them a way back into this game.
Really weird positioning by Monarch in that fight there. Instead of just sitting up around the Drake, they let themselves just get absolutely poked down, and a great combo comes through from Juggernaut Muscovium. It's basically exactly what they're looking for this game. They managed to execute it perfectly, and they come back. They managed to get the Drake. However, top side, looking at Kled, needs to be taking out that, is that first turret? Yeah, that is first turret. So decent amount of gold to go over to Monarch here.
If he's able to finish it off, I think he should. Just one more auto. One more. There it is. We'll take that death. That's 700 gold into his pocket.
Oh, one more. Oh, if he auto attacks one more time, he remounts and ult away.
But let's see how much damage Leper Koopa now gets done on his back. That's 20 seconds before Klug's able to respawn.
Leper Koopa hasn't even upgraded his smite yet, by the way.
That's hard to. I think you have to buy a jungle item to do that nowadays. So
I'm gonna keep bringing that up throughout the entire game. By the way, at every 5 minutes, still not upgraded. It's just unfortunate that he has it. If it was by accident, with the way he's been set up around objectives so far, I can only imagine it was an accident. But
yeah,
I'm hoping it's not, and we just see some really sick steals later.
Yeah, the Volibear ult with smite combination over the wall to steal a Baron or something.
Maybe a pretty sick combo. Love to see that. Really bringing down the lightning.
Yeah. All right, so we're gonna see
set up.
Herald started now for the side of Sonar. No, just clearing out Vision and Scuttles. Going back over to it.
Oh,
Fights in the top lane. Klug is able to take out Leper, but will get taken out in return by Muscovium. is able to do this Herald and is really starting to kind of accelerate themselves. Juggernaut down in this bot lane here has some free time as well.
Oh, they're moving in for this fight.
Yep, Jin should be able to pick this up as Force Shot locked and loaded and gets it down onto Elsword. Herald resets, and Conduit, they are putting themselves back in, but they didn't get the kind of key kills here that Moscovim is still alive. Yes, Parade did fall off screen, you can see, but as Seraphine, they don't need that much gold. It's just kind of, hit those 2 or 3 kind of AP items and then just start building for that supportive style that your team really needs. That they have their
Exactly.
Seraph
Shield
stun.
and be an R button. That's it. Just hit as many people as you can. Crescendo.
Alright.
Nothing on the map now. Everything has been taken away. Rift Herald over to the side of Monarch here. Almost all outer Turks have been cracked. They're working on that bot lane now. Very low on health. Juggernaut trying to do their best to stop the push from coming through. But Kled probably looking to take it with this next wave that's coming. So Juggernaut is going to... Oh, stops the back because Moscovium is around. No paranoia, however. So Juggernaut still needs to be careful. Luke might be able to take this fight.
Yeah, we all know Kled, and he's going to go in at one point here. He's going to joust.
Oh, air trap
No.
miss.
Yeah, so decides he's just going to back out. Just try and, get some deep vision before this dragon spawns.
Oh, man. Rocky finds Elsword.
Gets the Ignite down, and the Kled ult's coming in. They should have the damage here now to get this down. And that's Elsword down. Their support up, down for Dragon, but Leper Koopa able to get a kill in the top lane onto Razor for life, using his ult, I'm guessing, after getting maybe to go through a Lux Minding or something and surprising them with their burst.
Yeah, a few things happened there that I don't know if they were wise. Kled using ult on support, gold's gold, I guess, right? Sure, use it. Why send Lux top? Why send Lux after Volley Bear? There's just no way she's able to stop him. That's never gonna happen. Lux should be bot with the Malzahal right now. Not Clue. And Drake up in 40 seconds so far right now. The way it's looking, Monarch kind of have a good setup around it. Tower's still up.
SONR should be able to kind of put themselves back into it. Everybody's kind of respawning, and they're going to group up together as this Death Ball. We'll see, whose
All
Death Ball is
ults
going to win. Yeah, all ults available. Most flashes. This looks like it's going to be a hell of a fight.
Yeah, Kled no ult. Lux no ult right now. Funny Man does, as well as Leona and Luna Freya on the Sejuani. Funny Man needs to be careful.
Yeah, a Leopard. Elsword going forward really aggressively. They're not on the same page as everybody else. Get jumped on, taken out. Jin Curtain Call able to kind of scout out, and
bunch of ults just get used really late, going really wide.
Yeah,
Monarch are going to pick up the Drake at the end of that haul. That was just some consolation ults. Like, man, we didn't get to use them on board. So they're going to go ahead and take the Drake, not trade. Actually, they're going to trade a middle kill here for it. I don't know who's dying, but someone's dying. Maybe not.
Oh, go back in, get the CC down.
Yeah, maybe Rocky's just the greatest baiter in the world. I really thought he was dead. And now Volley stunned, rooted.
Big ults coming down. Elsword going in to try and buy space and just gets exploded.
Another one of those just dies one by one.
Yeah.
Really thought Rocky was caught out there. And they end up trading 3 for nothing. As well as picking up that Drake. They're going to grab the tower as well. A mid lane tower, potentially a great ult coming through.
Yeah, Seraph Shield isn't going to save them. Flash even expended as well. Funny Man gets another kill. They're 8-1-4. Got those 2 items. Can start building towards that Infinity Edge now, or whatever they choose. Really start amping the damage up.
And in the blink of an eye, that's a 7,000 gold lead for Monarch. With what do you call it coming up? Baronio.
Baron, yeah.
That should be their Baron if they want to go for it. They don't have to go for it. Sun can't really take it very
Yeah.
easily anyway. I mean, they can, but it'd be take
I
forever.
mean, Conduit's Baron's also pretty awful. You have,
It
Lux
is.
Jin,
I feel like they
Sejuani.
have more damage at least, though. Like, even though they're not a whole lot of DPS, like you said, Jin is
Oh,
8-1
man.
and 4. Yes, Parade is dead here. Rocky stole the kill.
Secure
Leo with
the
a red
kill.
buff. Yeah, she's secure. Baron's up. They're gonna take that kill and run with it. They're immediately gonna start this Baron. Yeah, see, they got damage. They're doing it.
Yeah, it's getting,
Kled
chipped
TP.
away here. But you should know, Malzahar's TPing to bot tower. I guess they decided that they're just going to trade side lanes.
Instantly starting the fight.
Yeah, Leper's forced to ult out, and everybody's just kind of peeling away. Do they live? They are able to live on a sliver, and they kept the Baron aggroed, so this is a win for Conduit. Tower for Baron, you make that trade every single time.
Definitely. They should send, right now, they send one person top, and then everybody else should go mid and bot. And just start splitting up this Baron now. I look to push to end the game. Maybe back after a wave buy if you have money for it. But they should really look to just kind of group up, maybe send Kled somewhere, and just look to try to end the game.
Yeah, I mean, you have a pretty crazy dive to start it out. You have Lux poke when they're trying to defend their towers, and there isn't, there is a fair amount of just random wave clear on the side of SONR, but it's fairly short range. Malzahar and Seraphine do have to get somewhat close to throw their spells to hit the entire minion wave like that, as you can see. But I'm kind of worried for when Conduit just groups together that they're just going to be able to explode somebody.
Right, they're using abilities that you really want to use for slowing and for CC and just for peel, but they have to use it for wave clear. And if you do that, you don't have the fight for it. Muscovium almost caught out, does get hit.
Yeah, forced to flash. His team is there to bail him out, but that's a really important flash gone. And wow, just look at that Lux ult.
Storm will do that again in 10 seconds.
Oh, but Leper is able to get the 1v1. The 2-item kind of spike done, but it's kind of a consolation prize that, your mid lane tower is gone. The rest of your team can't really help you out. If you look for the engage here as Hellsword, I mean, you're at half health. A Lux combo is just going to kill you if it lands.
Yeah, going for that. They're tunnel visioning very hard on trying to get these kills. What are you aiming at? Leper Cooper is getting caught here.
Yeah, I think he's just going to die here. With flash and ult up, it's really unfortunate to see. And that should be the mid lane inhibitor now, I imagine, with this Baron buff.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to fight without Leper Koopa up. He's really only damage.
Okay, flash forward. I like to see the aggression, but, 25 seconds till dragon spawns. If you're Conduit, that's the obvious play. You just go walk towards that and claim it. And I don't know what you do anymore as SONR. Can you even burst somebody, right?
That's the problem, right? I mean, that's what we've been talking about since draft. There's just not enough damage to do a whole lot. Not a whole lot of DPS either. Nocturne and Volibear are your main sources of damage, and everybody else is just a support. Malzahar at CC. And
yeah,
that's just going to be a catch. 5-on-1, nothing you can do there. But Malzahar has his ult, and I think we've seen it used really well twice in the 24 minutes that have gone by. So unfortunately hasn't been able to do much. Razor's really just been on top of him. And now that we've opened up the game, now that people are moving around the map, Juggernaut really can't fight anybody without having somebody else there with him.
Yeah, and bounties have started now, which is always a sure sign that the game is not going in your favor. Gotta see what they're able to do. Nocturne does complete his exploit, so he will have his ult up pretty much all the time now, but again, he needs to have someone else with him that, maybe we look for an ult on the Kled in the side lane with your Volibear to try and get them strong.
Realistically, right now, it should just be about shutting down Jin and taking Lux out of the fight as soon as possible. The two of them, I feel like as
Yeah.
soon as you kill them, you can fight Kled and everybody else. But that much damage between those two champions is just not enough to deal with.
Oh.
They're on Funny Man.
Yep. But that was...
I don't know if they want to be.
Yeah, that Leopard's just by themselves, right?
Wow.
No one else on anywhere near. Cleanse traded for Flash and R. And, you know, Jin's still full HP. Gonna go push down top lane. No one from SONR is even in the same jungle quadrant. But they're just looking to try and get some side lane pressure and get something. I think this is just going to be a walkout slowly from Juggernaut. They have the burn from everything that Kingfisher shouldn't be able to do anything. Doesn't have the remount option here. And yeah, Conduit's just going to march down top lane. Try and get... Oh, great flash from Sejuani. But a great flash from Yesbraid as well. They're safe. Elsword doing their best to try and keep people under their tower, but is just so far behind that they just wished. All the ults getting thrown out. Kled ult stopped by Malzahar, and this tower falls, and that should be the turn. Kled so close to remounting, but dies before they can get it. Rocky just walking forward at these people, no fear. And look at just the respect that Leona is getting. All this pressure, forcing everyone away.
They will end up getting a second inhib for all of that as well. Very good fight. They should back off though. Moscovium's up, ult's up, and could look to re-engage here. Yesbraid gets just chunked down by that ult there. So now they have two waves of supers coming through. They could back. They've got Baron in 12 seconds. Could look to fight on that and then potentially end the game from there.
Yeah, hopefully we're able to see Leopard use this smite and just steal the Baron or something. I think that's like the only way that you're able to stall this game at all. Because, you know, your Soul's up for Conduit in 2 minutes as well. That this just looks like a nightmare scenario.
Yeah, I'd like to see the double smite come in through clutch here. If nothing, just to see it happen. But it looks like Nocturne is on the other side of the map.
Yeah. Doesn't look like they're going
TPing bot. They're just gonna give Baron.
Yeah. Just deciding that they can't do anything about it. Even though this takes so long to go down. They just have no control, and with all the burst available, this should be an easy smite here. There it is. Baron for the side of Conduit.
You gotta think of what the mental is like on the side of Sun to make that call and say, this is our last effort to win the game, we're not going to go contest it. They're kind of just soft opening mid with that call. And maybe just looking to fight under tower here, but with the timing on these backs, it's way too late. It's just going to be GG, it seems.
Yeah, as everything exploded. I mean, that it's all the ults down. Moscovium able to get on the left. The front line is under this tower getting peppered by Yesbraid. And Volibear's here to do the damage.
Nobody's targeting anybody.
Yeah, I mean, Jin's still up at full health, though, and he's just going to take him down. Fourth shot, not quite loaded up, but doesn't need it. All this movement speed just lets him keep onto these players.
Ooh.
And that should be the end.
Yeah, it definitely should be. Ult coming from Razors one last time before we end the game here. We get 26-12 lead, 57k to 46k at the end of it. And Monarch coming out really on top here. Jin looking very strong. And I think we doubted it for a little bit, and now I can see why we shouldn't have. Jin first pick was great.
Yeah, it was solid. No one on the enemy team was able to really be that armor stack that Jin just isn't able to kill, and with his whole team in front of him was never really in danger throughout the entire game.
It was really well played. I mean, early game, yet again, Leopard Koopa getting a really good start. It's just they were not able to run with that lead and get something tangible off of it and look to end the game with it. And I think that was Sun's downfall for both games. Great start, and then just fell apart in the mid to late game when it came to macro.
Yeah, but again, that is some of the things that you kind of want to see, that they are trying to push for their leads in the early game stuff, that hopefully they're able to get a coach to kind of help them out with some of the mid game decision points and get some more, macro going. That their team has the players to do it. We've seen they were able to get the solo kills. They looked fairly solid. They just need to be able to kind of bring it all together.
And then overall, who are you looking at as far as our MVP? Who's got your vote?
I mean, game MVPs are really easy to say. It was Klug in game one, but Funny Man obviously in game two was the MVP overall. So
Right.
I'm kind of leaning towards them just because Klug didn't really have a great game two, and Funny Man was still very, very useful in game one.
Yeah, I think overall, personally, I'd give it to Funny Man just because consistent in both games, played very well, even despite some issues in game number one. The game two really stepped it up. 28k damage, just absolutely topping the charts there. Very well played from both teams. You got anything else to send us off?
I think that should be it. I'm excited to see how this gold season shapes up, that there's a lot of movement available. I mean, it is a smaller league, so every game is really, really important for your standings.
Yeah, definitely. And that was just week number one. So if you guys enjoyed that, make sure to tune in next week, same time, same place. But on behalf of Blue Water League, I'm Fury, joined alongside Storm. In the background, we got Chippy making it all run. So thank you all for coming out tonight. See you all next week.